kings and the queen politician praise my name. If you feel it, Ileni mundanze na me, Mr. B, Ileni musage na me. Sakane, 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 saka witulamo sakane, 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 saka, saka witulamo sakane, 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 saka, saka witulamo sakane, 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 saka, saka witulamo sakane, sakane.
So open up, make I enter. Make I bring it back to the center. So open up, me I enter. Make I bring it back to the center. Oh baby, we can make love in a car to the barefoot die. I'm just here for the fun, I'm not here for a long time. So bring your lips, let me kiss them. Up on this Shivaku to la mama system. I'ma be the act of a hitman. I'ma dish money on the popo wingman. So open up, I make her enter. Oh nena, on the no bubu venda. Oh toto na, oh no pupinba. Yeah no, tambulo vele venda. I baby maybe one day we can make love on a Sunday. We can make love to the befuta. We can have a goofy finger to penduka. So open up, make her enter. Make her bring it back to the center. So open up, me I enter. Make her bring it back to the center.
Baby, what you want there? Jotu yende tu hende ne komulonga. Tukabura tene kolonga gona. Yeah, 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 yeah. Tukagambura tane pomake. Tukatara tane pogotama. Amecha pura tena mache wawangale. Pura tena kanuka kahobo. Atuna vyaro mbitwa kwa
So open up, make her enter. Make her bring it back to the center. So open up, me I enter. Make her bring it back to the center.
I'm just here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time. It's a bad day, not a bad life. Kanjaron duri maron dando. Kanjaron duri. Kanjaron duri maron dando.
I baby maybe one day we can make love on a Sunday. We can make love to the befuta. We can have a goofy finger to penduka. So open up, make her enter. Make her bring it back to the center. So open up, me I enter. Make her bring it back to the center.
Just up, but just. Sweet gang. Kashiringane. Turukwatere kucha konima. Turukwatere kucha konima. Okay, yeah.
Singa Oroma jimbo sane Kadona gengi na arabe bro Te fosa Taburu ke shito pe wapi bro Shashi Gino hala to yefa Angino halo to yefa Angino halo to yefa Angino halo to yefa Mempa tu aide No fosa aide Mempa tu aide No fosa aide Mempa tu aide No fosa aide Mempa tu aide Aide Asukosa Asuko Asukosa Asuko Mempa tu aide Aide Mempa tu aide Aide Mempa tu aide Aide Mempa tu aide Aide Angino halo to yefa Angino halo to yefa Angino halo wo yefa Angino halo to yefa Mempa tu aide No fosa aide 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 Asuko Asukosa Asuka Asukosa Asuko Asukosa Asuka Asukosa Mempa tu aide Aide Mempa tu aide Aide Mempa tu aide Aide Angino hala aide Aide Angino hala to yefa Aide Asina kapiwa harato siki Asina kapiwa harato siki Asuku Asukusa Asaka Asukusa Gino halo to yefa Angino halo to yefa Veli J-Los And Veli J-Los Everybody suku Asukusa Asaka Asukusa Mempa tu aite 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 Mempa tu aite No fosa aite Aite No fosa aite Tu aite No fosa aite Aite No fosa aite Ame noho Yani kara no malai Yani kara no mabaya Ate sabi na kota kota Ate sabi na kota kota Ame noho Aya Yani kara no malai Yani kara no mabaya Ate sabi na kota kota 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 Aya Asukosa 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 Saka Asukosa 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 Saka Asukosa 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 Saka Asukosa 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 Gino hala to yefa Angino halo to yefa Angino halo to yefa Angino halo to yefa Mempa tu aide No fosa aide Mempa tu aide No fosa aide Mempa tu aide No fosa aide Mempa tu aide Aide
Emil on the mic.
I'm just tryna get my dollar. I'm just tryna get my dollar. Itinye makini my shoulder. Itinye makini my shoulder. Nayomba harusi mariwe. Nayomba harusi mariwe. Ndolo kwa harusi mariwe. Mixa kwa harusi mariwe. I wanna be the
Hi guys.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Can you guys hear? I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
No, I can't hear anything. I
Okay.
can't even hear myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you guys that are sitting here, we are live on Facebook, as you know. So a few of the people that are listening right now and watching are going to like post a few comments and stuff. Okay, but I can hear you guys. It's fine. We actually don't need to hear each other like that. Just like kind of awkward. Also.
I'm doing this for myself. So don't worry. I need to hear myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're going to comment. So if I do look down now and then, don't feel like I'm distracting now. Yeah, Johanna's been through this, so she gets it. So so John and I are going to interview you guys. For our listeners in studio today, we have Johanna Swartbooi, Armando van Beek, and JC. Is your surname Nazarii?
Yeah, that's my stage name.
Is your stage name?
Yeah.
What's your surname?
Shita Munitha.
Shita
Munitha. That's my full surname, but my Nazarii was a stage name I came up with. Because people couldn't pronounce my surname, not my name, Jean-Claude. So I would just tell them to call me JC.
Okay.
And Nazarii, I don't know where that came from. It just came to me one day and I was like, that sounds nice.
Who's a great
Yeah.
Cool. So JC, Armando, and Johanna. Guys, welcome to the first ever episode of The Content. You're in studio with myself, Scharlarco. I am your host, and then we have our special co-host with a new series that I'm doing where I'm inviting previous guests that vibed in studio and that I think have potential to be radio presenters to join.
Manifest.
Yes. Yeah, just to give them the platform as well.
Yeah.
So guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate it, and it's perfect that I know these guys. So yeah, for you guys watching, I know these guys for a while now. So it's a little awkward because I never thought we'd see each other in a professional setting like this, because we're always lowing and kicking outside.
It's the same thing I was saying earlier. It's like, oh my god, we're actually doing this now professionally, not just for fun. We're doing it professionally now.
Yeah.
It's just,
I
so
like it. It shows like growth within the industry because we're all artsy-fartsy people.
Yes.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Yeah.
So coming together in a platform like this is like, big ups to us.
Yeah.
For growing.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
So welcome guys. We're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna have Johanna take the stage first. Please introduce yourself, and then we'll go around. Johanna, Armando, JC. We go like that. Just introduce yourself. We cannot assume that people who watched last time saw you. So yeah, or remember, because
You never know.
our
This
minds
was
have been
hot.
It was a long year.
Cool. Yeah.
Kaintes Dikwedu. I am Johanna Swartbooi, brainchild behind Titaha IG live series. This is what really brought me here. It's a live talk show where we talk about human experiences, just sharing what we've experienced and seeing what we can learn from each other from that. And I do accessories, and I'm also a model on the side of it. All around creative in a sense. I want to explore all sides of the creative industry. That's why I'm doing this now. Maybe radio is in my future. I feel it. Maybe TV. So this is just an expansion of who I am. So thank you for this opportunity, Scharlarco. I am
welcome.
so excited. Even just doing my little radio show in the room. And remember when I came, I was so like, it feels good to be in a studio.
Yeah.
It feels like growth. It's like something new. I can see the mic. I can, there's a whole setup.
Yeah.
And it's really inspiring to see, okay, I want to grow my show to this level as well.
Yeah.
And now having my show as a collaboration on this platform, I'm like, yay! Thank you. So that's who I am. So Mr. Armando, please introduce yourself.
All right. Thank you so much, first of all. Good afternoon to everyone. I am Armando van Beek, known by most as King AraBoi. So I'm the mastermind, as John also says, she's also a mastermind. I'm a mastermind as well, behind the brand, King A Apparel. And I'm a student fashion designer as well as an entrepreneur and an influencer. So that's me.
Material girl.
Johanna was just being too modest when she said,
right?
I do modeling on the side.
On the side.
There's a whole modeling in Cape Town. What is modeling on the side?
It's international.
Like what? I am Jean-Claude Munisa, but my stage name is JC Nazarii. Those are the names I use for my modeling and just for me as an entertainer and as a creative. I am the father of Nazarii images. Also, soon to launch my own t-shirt collection and apparels called Asahai. You'll hear about it very soon. But all in all, I'm an all-around creative. I do from dancing to acting to singing to modeling to all in all. I do everything. I'm a multifaceted creative. Yes, so that's me.
Lovely.
Lovely to be here as well.
So for the listeners out there, why I invited Armando and JC and Johanna is because I wanted to do a little special where the show is catered for a lot of entertainment, but it hasn't really it hasn't really catered for content creators or small scale content creators. Well, Armando and Johanna and JC, they have like a huge following, so I wanted to bring them here so that we can talk a little about influencing content creation, the entertainment industry, the creative industry as a whole, and then also just to pick their brains on how you guys like plan out your stuff. So this is going to be a conversation. You can feel free to listen in if you want to. If not, you can always come back. But if you have questions, guys, please feel free to pop a few questions on. We're both on Informante and Informante Live, so you guys listening out there, thanks for joining again. Okay, cool. So we're gonna jump right into it.
Yep.
So JC, let's start with JC. JC, please. You mentioned that you're an all-around creative, multifaceted, and everything. But what are your main what do you call them? I don't say talents, but what's your main focus on the daily? Like, what's your day-to-day job, and what's your your freelance or your passion projects that you do?
Yeah. So I am a graduate of the College of the Arts. I did graphic designing. So that's what I do full time. My 9 to 5 is work. I work as a graphic. I was like, what is that? I forgot that I had to work because December was nice and long. I'm a graphic designer by profession. That's why I do 9 to 5. And also photography. So that's my main focus that I do. Like where I get most of my income from is from graphic designing and photography. But other than that, I do modeling, which is the first thing I started when I moved to Windhoek after grade 12, which is 2014. So I do modeling, I do everything else, but that was the main thing. And acting only took up, like last year I got featured into a movie that's about to, I think that movie only come out next year or so. So that was like my big role. I got a featured as an extra feature, but that was like my big time on a big production. It was almost use the F word, freaking amazing, and I loved it. Go ahead. Great.
Crane is not regulating us. Crane is not regulating us.
Yes.
So go ahead.
So what I love is basically my 9 to 5 is that I work as a graphic designer and a photographer. Those are the main two focus that I focus on, like graphic designing and photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But, no, I just wanted to add on, or ask rather, which one actually started for you first? You said yes when you came to Windhoek, it was modeling.
Yeah.
But the creative industry, what attracted to you first as a kid? Like, were you dancing? Were you singing? Do you remember the first moment where you're like, I like doing performance?
Yeah.
things?
Well, the thing is that growing up in school, I was that child who was very focused on school. So, but I had other skills, like other talents, like sketching. I used to do a lot of drawings, and luckily my neighbor was also somebody who was do drawing and sketching, so he would teach me. Like, I'm challenging you to sketch this week, I'm challenging you to sketch that week. So that also sort of helped me in that. And then in grade 7, April holiday, College of the Arts went to Tsumeb, and they had a course where they were teaching different people different instruments. If you are a singer, they would teach you how to sing. If you are if you want to learn how to play trumpet, so I got a certificate in playing trumpet. So I was playing a trumpet. I was also at the APC, which is the Arts Performance Center in Windhoek. In Tsumeb, where I learned to play how to play the keyboard, how to play the trumpet as well. I continued playing the trumpet there. How to play the guitar. So I was playing a lot of things. So I was just all over the place, just touching here, touching there. Joined drama school, drama club at school. Joined the choir at primary school, the high school into the choir. So I was doing quite a lot of things. And in church, I was also in the worship team. So I was just around those things. somehow feeding my creativity and feeding my that. So when I came to Vindigo, I was like I keep saying this story and over. I'm sure people are tired of this. I was just back when I was in grade 11. I saw the Weekenders front page and Luis Manana was on it. And I was like, what is this? And I went to read about Luis Manana. I was like, he's doing modeling Cape Town. I was like, I want to become like this guy. I want to do what this guy is doing. So I was like, I was really inspired. So I went to Messenger and I DM'd Luis Manana asking him questions like, so how did you do this and that? And he I don't know, he was keen enough to like actually take time to respond to my messages. So that's what inspired me. So when I came to Vindigo after grade 12, I was like, how can I get into modeling? And then I don't even know how I found these people. I joined a group. I was new in Vindigo. I joined a group where models were having discussions and sharing gigs and all this. So I got my first gig for a photographer. His name is Stefan. I still remember him. He was doing a test shoot for his photography. It's like, I'm looking for 3 models just to like work on something with. I was like, I'm available. So that's how the whole modeling thing started. And then from there on, I started going for castings for things like acting and whatnot. I remember we did a movie together for the Ministry of Labor. I'm not sure if you remember that. We did a short film together for the Ministry of Labor. I never saw that movie. I don't want to see it. And because I'm just like...
They must always call me up. Like, you're on TV. I never get to see
I never got to see that movie till to this day. So I'm just like... wow. So that's how it all transpired. And then from there, I was at NAST doing natural sciences. I was like, this is not me. That's when I jumped into radio. I was also doing radio NAST FM, doing NAST FM for that year in 2017.
Okay.
No, 2016. Then I dropped out 2017. I did a gap year, and then I was like, what do I actually want? I don't want to do science. I don't see myself working in a science field at all. So I dropped out to a gap year, and then I was like, what can I do? I had an option of going to Cape Town or studying in Cape Town. I was like, but the money. So I stayed home and went to the College of the Arts, where I was working as a part-time waiter, and I was paying off my tuition while working there, and that's how I became a graphic designer.
Wow. Your story is quite interesting.
Right.
Just, you see from like childhood where the interests were actually ended up studying science. Halfway realized, no, this is not for me. That's why when people say you should really look at what the child is interested in, what the child is doing, that is definitely something you need to watch out for. And like Armando's journey, even I know it started when you were younger. It's really beautiful to see that growth and see where you really end up. You try to do other things, but the journey never really goes successful then.
Exactly.
As much as I think we grew up in a society where we're taught like you need to become a lawyer, you need to become a doctor, you need to become these things in order for you to be successful. But success, I think success is determined by how you measure it and how you want to measure a success.
Really is.
Sorry, I'm just fixing sound.
And if you can create your career out of things you're passionate about, it becomes very it becomes easier. You don't feel like you're working. Because I go to work every day. There are days when work is hard, but I'm just like, I'm like, I love this. I really love working here. I enjoy this. I
understand 100%.
So that's me. That's my journey. That's how we came here.
Okay, cool. Armando, to you, tell us your journey. How did you get here?
The first thing I said when you actually invited me for this was, what a time to be alive. We started with this human beings. We started off as a bunch of models, and we all just branched out, added more to what we're capable of, So I believe 2015 is when it all started. Okay, I don't want to say it, but right after high school. I was going to calculate the age and all that. But right after high school, we actually did a gig. Am I allowed to mention company names?
Go ahead.
Awesome. So we did a gig with NASFAF, whereby me and Johanna did it. We literally just got called up.
I can't even remember how we got that job. Cindy J, her uncle or someone worked there.
So I was looking at NASFAF, they were looking for models. We did that. So we were on posters, newspapers, and all that. So growing up, I always knew that I wanted to be in the entertainment space.
Okay.
But then, black parents, unfortunately, don't support art and all that. So they started seeing me every day in newspapers and all that. So they were like, oh, you're actually doing something here. Now go ahead. That's why I saw, man. a lot of attention was now on me. So now that the attention is there, I need to capitalize.
Yes.
So I stepped into the modeling
Yeah.
because it was a time whereby there was actually a rise of models. It was 2015, 2016.
Yo,
Modeling
guys.
was the thing.
There was a thing.
So
It
did
was.
that.
Yeah.
So he literally did that, and with the modeling, I believe I fell in love with garments. That's how currently I'm a student fashion designer.
Okay.
And that eventually worked into the influencing, and I mean it's monetary income, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
why not do something I love and get paid for it?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
And yeah, I'm also a proud law school dropout.
Oh,
I
wow.
dropped out in my final year.
What?
I dropped out my final year.
Dude, you had one more year.
It was actually 6 months.
6
Yeah,
months.
6 months.
Damn.
So,
Okay.
you know, I just sat down in the class and I'm like, I'm literally lying to myself.
Yeah.
After getting this, what am I gonna do with it?
Okay.
So I dropped out, took a gap year,
Yeah.
and yeah, modeling and the designing and everything came to life. And I'm
Now you're
not
thriving.
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
In this space where I wanna be, where I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Wait, I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Did you drop out of any course ever?
No.
You never did.
No.
I'm
So bad that we're not here.
no.
Because we all got to that point. You're like, yes, man.
No,
No,
look,
like,
I
I'm
couldn't
just
afford it.
done.
Unfortunately, from the space that I came from, when I knew that because it was an opportunity that was given to me because I only immediately after high school I went straight into studying graphic design and I got the opportunity to go to Malaysia. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna drop out.
Yeah.
But I
Like,
think you were
uh,
I'm sorry for asking you, interviewing you now.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Did you know that you were did you love graphic design? Is it something that you were into it or from the get go? Is it something you just like, let me just take a chance and see how it goes?
Let me say this, and I'm not interviewing you guys. We're having a podcast.
Alright.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
Great.
bouncing stuff around. We're just
Alright.
having conversation. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't feel free if you have a
Yeah.
question, ask. Cool. From a very young age,
Yeah.
my mother noticed that I was like creative,
Hmm.
and I was always known as this all over the place. I love telling stories. I was a brilliant liar, so I know I was very good at lying. So I would make up these brilliant stories, and and my mom was like, "Oh, this is good." So she made sure that I go to schools that would stimulate me creatively, right? So those are predominantly white schools.
Yeah.
But Emma Walker noticed,
camera's battery is low, but
There's a lovely lady outside.
Yeah,
She-
she is the boss of. She's
Is
probably
she?
the one who told him?
Huh.
how to
She
take
looks
care.
pretty.
She is pretty. She has a nice voice too. Just gonna watch this back.
Pretty lady.
So guys, I am gonna end the live right now. Because unfortunately my battery is low.
Correct.
So catch you on the flip side.
Okay, cool.
Are we back? Are we back? Are we
We're
back?
guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Can you hear properly now?
I can hear her.
Uh-huh.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Hey.
I don't hear you very well.
Oh my goodness, should I be closer?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Then should I probably
Okay.
more close?
Yeah.
More personal?
Yeah, cool. So, sorry for the disturbance, guys. It's just a little technical difficulty, but we're good. Where was I? Oh yeah. So
Yes.
that's how I got into graphic design.
Yeah.
But I getting into marketing, my passion has shifted totally. I'm more into the whole marketing and advertising. Like, you know, the infamous Legal Shield ads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like those are mine.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So you are the
That's
one
why I
behind
love
all these
passion
controversial
projects.
things.
Yes, but not all of them. There's like this. I must say, the Slay Queen one. That's not me. I wasn't here that day.
That's what I love about Trasco. Trasco is very controversial with their marketing. And that's what I love about it.
I love that we're pushing bounds. And
Yeah.
I love
Outside
that
the boundaries.
we're now being compared to Nando's. Like Nando's, like
yeah.
you understand.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into graphic design. Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Your journey was really sweet. I love it.
Thank
You
you.
know, it kind of takes me back to primary school. Hey, just like when you guys started primary school, you discovered stuff.
Yeah.
So we used to have casual days, like every Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, every second Friday actually at school, and we shop. You know, our parents shop cheap. I mean, Mr.
Yeah.
Price is there.
Yeah.
Pep was there as well.
And it's accessible to everybody, so you really don't want to get into the class and 2-3 boys are wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
So I would always add a tie to my shirt,
Ah,
tie it, you know.
yeah.
So I would always do such weird stuff. And
Were you
now
also wearing
in fashion-
waistcoats?
Yes.
Waistcoat.
No.
You
no,
went
I
to
was
waistcoat?
not. No, I was not.
Oh, okay.
I was
cool.
not
No,
from
the
the
waist-
as
you
well.
know,
Yeah, but there were
the era of the waistcoat and the
jeans
fedora.
and the waistcoat. So I think the designing also came from there, you know, just
Yeah.
to create something that's not in a shop.
Yeah.
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 Just
I
to
love
think
that.
about it.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I style as well, but I don't claim what I style. I just assist, right? But how styling came for me is like I couldn't afford to wear labels and you know. So my mom was always like, "You might be poor, my child, but you don't have to look it."
my mom always said this one thing. It doesn't matter how poor you are. Doesn't matter how, if you're buying your clothes from Pep, if you pair the right things together, they will
yes.
look good.
Oh, yes.
Especially if you take good care of your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't wear expensive and I don't wear brand stuff. That's why I'm starting my own fucking brand. Because I'm tired of seeing Adidas. I'm tired of seeing Reebok, people with Nikes. I'm like, I want to see Namibia brands growing as well. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what can I do from my side as a Namibian
Yeah.
and as a human being in this space and time
Yes.
to make use of what skills I have and whatnot. So I'm like, let me start my own fucking brand. And like because I see other people doing it, like who's this Zulu boy, Sari Socks, and
Yeah.
he is, you know, like what can I do that? And I'm a graphic designer, I'm a photographer. Why not combine those skills
Yeah,
together?
exactly.
And make one thing. That's how this whole Asakai thing was born.
And
as
when
well.
you posted it last night, I didn't know it's your brand. I'm so
I
shook
ain't,
right
I ain't
now.
tell anybody yet
I'm
as
so
well.
shook right now.
I ain't tell anybody yet. Only Johanna knows about
That's
it.
awesome.
Oh wow.
It's
Brilliant.
so- yeah,
Brilliant.
I love it.
So I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm pretty excited about that. Everything is done. I just need to go to the printers, get everything done, and
But you want to tell us more about it?
okay.
Is
I
it
don't
apparel
mind. I
straight
don't mind.
away? Is it hats?
It's gonna be everything.
Oh,
It's gonna be
Okay.
from hats to bags to t-shirts.
Okay.
I'm hoping in the next 5-6 years it's gonna become a whole complete brand.
Yeah, yeah.
House brand. You know, how it started was when I was doing my final year at the College of the Arts. We were challenged to come up with a project for our final. So you must do branding. You must do the logo design for your brand. You must do, because we had to, what you call this? We're doing a 3-year course. It is a practical course. So we're challenged to come up with a brand and brand it from scratch. the logo, the type of using the typography, the pictures and everything. So I came up with a brand called Weirdo, which was selling a brand which is supposed to sell smudge sticks, incense sticks, bathing bombs, t-shirts and all this. And the project came out really good. My teachers were quite impressed, and I actually like the t-shirt and the t-shirt side of it, because the images I was doing, the graphic design I did behind, I really fell in love with it, because I did it at a point in my life where I was questioning so much of my existence. So that's how that whole brand is called, and it's called Weirdo. But then I'm like, Weirdo, because that's why I had to rebrand the name and call it Asagai, because Weirdo was like, it was a point in my life where I was thinking I'm a weird person, I don't fit in society, I don't know what. I was like questioning so much of myself, and I'm like, now I came to a point where I've accepted myself and my history and everything, and I'm like, you know what, I am who I am, and I love it. So I took that, and that's why the brand is called Asagai, because Asagai is a spear, basically. It's an Arabic way of saying it's a spear. And if you check in most African cultures, if you go for the Zulus, if you go up north, the Maasai people, the Hera people, we use Asagai as a way of a weapon of fighting. So I was like, let me take something from my history and use it as a symbol of strength and a symbol of pride. And that's how that whole brand was born, Asagai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to ask, how did King AA Pro happen? Because one day you're a model, the next day guys making waves of the whole line, and then you're just like, oh, okay.
All right. No, like I said prior, it started off as modeling, and obviously due to being exposed to clothing, I fell in love with it. And I wanted to bring out that weird, unfinished, unique, not a perfect stitch. There can be a skew stitch, there can be a thread hanging, just that weird, unfinished. Because I believe I'm also working towards perfect. Okay, I don't aim to be perfect, but every day I'm trying to work on myself. So I feel like it's more of something that came from my current journey. Okay, I'm at the verge of I found myself but I'm in the process of just improving every day. So I'm still unfinished, I'm still molding myself. I believe I'll never stop molding myself. You cannot be very relaxed so the weird element comes from that side. But the modeling switched into the garments. And the name itself came from King AraBoi. Because my name is hella long. So when we used to play soccer, everything in the streets, my cousins wouldn't want to call me like Armando, pass the ball, Armando. So it was very long. So they always used Ara. ARA, very short. And then due to being a held back individual, I thought, no man, alter ego, let's try King. Because a king is someone that doesn't stand down. He's that guy, man. So King A, and then apparel, of course, clothing. So that's how the brand came about.
Nice.
Short and sweet.
I love it.
Short and sweet.
So now that it's the beginning of the year, right? I know a lot of us are planning the year ahead, right? Or trying to, at least coming up with a mood board. I want to ask, and you as well, what is your thought process behind planning for your brands, your products, your content? Like, what normally goes into your process? And I know last year we planned a lot.
So much.
But then Ms. Rona said, no, Chomi.
You must act.
So I'll start with you, Ara. How do you normally get to your content and your stuff? How do you plan out? Because why I'm asking this is because I know there's a lot of aspiring content creators and designers and just creatives, and a lot of us don't understand how to process our stuff. And coming from, we all have some recognition on the streets, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of so I know a lot of the people, we all want that. We love attention. It's just our human nature.
Yeah.
So a lot of us want the followers and the stuff like that. So the reason I'm bringing up this whole conversation is because I know there are people who want to hear it and they want to hear it raw. It's not the I don't care about the followers. Don't lie.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a brand deal if you don't have enough followers.
Exactly.
You
Precisely.
understand?
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, please.
All right. Surprisingly, I do a lot of research. Hey,
Okay.
with regards to our industry, I do a lot of research, and I journal a lot. I have a little journal whereby I write down everything that I want to do for the year, and I always tick it down, and it's so satisfying. Like it's literally small things, eh? Then you just continue ticking them down. So for me, it's all about research.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that everything I do is in alignment with my brand, and just to keep a clean feed,
Yeah.
because that's where I get my money from.
Yeah, of course.
I saw with the whole sponsored
Yeah.
ad with Old Mitchell and I was like, yay,
Getting the
yay.
money.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, we have some followers that have commented. Mitch says hello. So before I get to you guys, Mitch also says the girl is fire. Is daar werkt daar? I think that's for you. Okay. Tina, Tina, you guys did Horizon together, right?
Yes.
She says unconventional careers are taking over these days, and I love this for us in the creative industry.
Yeah.
JC and Armando, based from several conversations I've come across, it seems hard to make it in the modeling industry, especially in Namibia. How do you navigate through that? And do you both still model? There's another one where she asks, I dropped out on doing accounting and got a scholarship to study digital media, and it has been the best decision ever. She and I actually studied together. We both got the same scholarship.
Yeah.
We'll answer her question later, just to get back to the whole content thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to read the comments before people are like, die mense luister ons.
Not engaging. So it's all about journaling down. Just set out what you want for your personal brand. I would say weird things like post twice every week, because I know what that does for me. Gets me more followers, creates more attention around my brand. So it's just those little things, just sitting down with yourself and just seeing how people are interactive to your brand, and then you just work on that. Know your strengths as a whole brand. So just journaling, research, and
Okay.
that's basically all I do. And also hand down opportunities, guys.
Can't sit and wait.
But literally.
Sometimes you say that if there's no problem, create the problem so you can be able to provide the solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah, so JC, how do you go about planning your year and stuff like that? Do you? Let's start there.
I do.
Okay.
But I don't believe in New Year resolutions. That's the thing about me. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions because I feel New Year resolutions put so much pressure on people. It's like, oh my God, I must start doing this now. I must start things that you're not doing before.
Yeah.
Now you suddenly want to put yourself in a space where you must do these things. That's not how it works. That's how you plan for failing. If you want to succeed, you need to plan in advance. Like, okay, I want to start working out, right? I don't go to the gym. I don't start working out. How do I do this? You can't just run and go to the gym and go stand up and like feel like you're gonna start working out. Like you're gonna be active at the gym every week or every day. It's not how it works. Start at home first. Start small. Start with these little things. Like start small. Do your workouts at home. Your push-ups, 10 push-ups per day, or your 100 squats per week at home. Once you have managed that, then you move to the next stage.
Yeah.
Like Armando is saying, I also do a lot of journaling. Like yesterday, I did in the morning. I woke up. I was walking up and down, pacing in the house. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, I have nothing to do. I'm like, I'm looking forward to work to start because I'm really bored. But I've been keeping myself busy. So I'm like, so I do that as well. Even at work, I write down like for my day. Today, this is what I'm gonna do, and I tick it off as I go. Yesterday I wrote, I need to create this content. Need to do this. I actually achieved it all by the end of by 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. this morning. I finished it all.
Okay.
For this year, I planned it. I was already planning my content from last year, December. I was like already thinking like, what do I want to do for Nazarii images?
Yeah.
What do I want to do for me as myself for next year? So I was already started thinking about this. For me personally as JC, I don't really care much about how like I'm sure you post quite a lot because that's what you do. Like it's your, that's why you make your mind. Yeah, I don't think that I post when I feel like posting. When I want to post, I don't post because unless you're paying me to post.
Yeah, of course.
But if it's not like that, I will not post unless I want to post.
Yeah.
So how I plan out my content, like right now, I did 2 photo shoots in December for. One in November and one in December for Nazarii images. One is already out. It's causing flames on social media. It's a boudoir photography. It's a nude shoot. So
we've seen it.
It's. I was like, let me start January by creating some flames. I'm a hit. So that's how that's already out. I already started editing the images and curating them. Like this is how I want my feed to look like. This is what I want to go when. So I've already said these things out. So I think the best thing to plan out in advance is to plan in advance. Think about what do you want to communicate? How do you want to communicate? What feelings do you want to invoke? How do you want like your feed to look like? These things play quite a big role. And if you do not plan in advance, you will rush and you will not be able to achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
You just do it because I'm like, oh my god, I need to do it right now in the heat of the moment. But if you plan in advance, this is what I want to achieve. This goes out when. This goes out when. Like now, Nazarii images, I'm not gonna post until next month. Because I don't need to post every day. It's that kind of platform. I don't need to post every day. Because I only post when there is stuff I feel like people need to see this.
Yeah.
And this is how I want to package it, and this is how I want to sell it.
Okay.
Like now I already got I was talking to another designer who wants me to do a photo shoot for an underwear collection, and I was like, yes, these are the kind of things I want to do. So I think if you prepare yourself and pace yourself and curate certain things, look, social media is people say social media is bad. It only becomes bad depending on how you use it.
Definitely.
For instance, you can use it to create a certain lifestyle. People will see you on social media, like, oh my god, you're living this kind of lifestyle, but you're maybe not living that lifestyle, or you are, but it's all up to you. So like what I'm trying to say about this, that how you create, how your content, the kind of stuff you post also attracts the kind of clients you want to work with.
Of course.
I've modeled for MN Creation. I've shot for MN Creation. I've directed some photo shoots for MN Creation. Why? Because I do something within the area that they like, and they like my work, and it's like, we like the way you do this, we'll hire you for this. We also like you, we also hire as a model for this. So it's all about how you create your content, and the kind of way you portray also attracts the kind of clients or the kind of people that want to work with you. So that's how I plan out my stuff. Like, okay, this is how I want to my feed to look like for the next 2 months. And I think about it. Sometimes I spontaneous, I'm feeling this kind of way, I post that. So that's how I do that. But for I've been very consistent with your business page. My business page, that because I want it to look a specific way. My photo, my me as JC Nazarii as a person, I don't have much pressure there. But for my business, I want to attract a certain kind of clientele. That's why I'm very specific on what I post, on how I post, and when I post. And so it all depends on how you plan out your stuff. All about planning. Planning plays a big role.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you too.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Yes.
Well, basically, what the both of you said when it comes to planning ahead and journaling really helps. I also start the year before. It really depends on where I see myself, also where I will be geographically, and how that will work out, or I want to be geographically. Sometimes I'm not determined.
Yes.
So, like, I've been planning for the past 2 years since COVID, guys. It's been a struggle. Just planning and saving up to go back to Cape Town. So that's happening now. So that's like 2 years planning just to go back and do something I was doing. And with Nutma accessories, that's also something that I learned to start planning, because I was telling you how it just started. The demand came. I was like, oh, let me make earrings. Oh, let me sell, And then even the opportunity with the Dan, Melissa texted, oh, we're opening a shop. Would you like to, have your products here? So opportunities also just come because of what you put out. So with Nutma now, I'm really just focusing on being more structural because it's a business.
Yeah.
I learned when I was doing the business plan after 2 years. That's when I started working on the business plan. And I'm like, I don't have the paperwork to make this business plan.
Yeah.
Especially the financial part of it.
Yeah.
Hey, we push for that financial analysis. But that also taught me that I need to gain more skills on how to do it. So now I have people on my radar that like I can call and ask for, okay, how do I do, the income statement?
Yeah.
Or how do I go about this thing if I have to do a pitch? I didn't even know about pitch decks and things like that. And as entrepreneurs, we need to know about this and know how to prepare one and present one. So really just doing the research and seeing where I failed or maybe could have gone differently
Shortcoming,
previously.
Yeah.
And then plan for it. So in Nutqua right now, I'm working out. I'm still not done. I'm supposed to do this before the year started, but I want to work out a schedule for the entire year. 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. Just in terms of when are we going to have sales, when are we going to produce, especially now that I'll be out of the country, I'll have to produce on the other side and I'll have to manage what's happening here.
Yeah.
So prep needs to happen way ahead of time.
Yeah,
And
of course.
then with platforms like Titaga IG series, it's something I started for very selfish reasons. It helped me get over my social anxiety or just talking to people.
And that's
yep,
the
that's
discussion we had.
That's the same exact reason
Because I
why.
went live with her once and
Yeah.
she didn't want to be on the live. Few weeks later, Curtis having a whole show.
Wow.
You know what I did Candid with JC? I did it for the same exact reason. I was going through a phase in my life where I was very anxious. I was going through anxiety. I actually discovered I'm having anxiety. I was like, what the hell is anxiety? How do I deal with these things? So I spoke to a few people in the creative industry like K-Boss, Odile, and Vara. People were I'm like, how do you cope with yours? How do you That's how I dealt with my anxiety and my stuff. I was like, my depression is like asking other people like how they deal with them. I was like putting them on the spot. I'm gonna ask you these questions and how is it like being a father? How is it like being creative? All these questions. And so I think
and it helps and it works. Like
It
I
does.
say, Armando, I was on that
literally
live. I was showing like my foot on my,
Just the head.
I did not want to
And
be
people
on
would
the
be
platform.
wanting to see her.
oh my
Like, Charlie, like, we see her.
Yeah.
Charlie's just-
But then starting that platform really helped. Like if you go watch the very first episode, I'm a nervous wreck. And it's just me alone, probably like 2 people watching. Radical, I'm swimming, I'm
You have
sweating,
to take something.
even my voice is cracking.
kind of.
And over the show, my voice came better, and I was like, oh guys, I actually sound normal now.
Yeah.
So that platform really helped me in getting over those anxieties and all of that, and also get to know people. And that platform brought me here, I would believe, because I met Scharlarco a few years ago.
Yeah.
He wasn't inviting me to the show. Where did he see that I have a voice and that I can, host something like this from the platform I created myself? So really, social media, what type of people, what type of things you want to attract, that's what you need to use it for.
Yeah.
And you have full control over
Exactly.
social
Exactly.
There's a block button. There's even a mute if you feel too guilty.
You can even make somebody unfollow you.
You can even follow. You can curate your page and see
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
you-
exactly.
You have control over what you see on social media.
It's like having your own publication company.
Yeah.
Your own press media.
Yeah.
It's a good thing
So
about
just
social media.
That.
Yeah.
Really just that. But planning, I love mood boards, I love vision boards. They really help. Even like when planning for shoots, it really helps communicate the message. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you're planning for a shoot, you're working as a team. And that I realized with JC. I think the first shoot, the very first shoot we did, we didn't do all of that. We were just like, oh, I want to shoot. Oh, okay, I can shoot you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we did the shoot, but I did not really communicate what I wanted.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I didn't know how to.
Yeah.
And meaning it was a difficult time for me to communicate that, but eventually I got over it and I communicated. And then the next shoot we did, I did like a print out hard copy mood board.
Literally.
And
Okay.
that shoot is like
I was talking to you
Yeah.
2 days ago. I was like, 2 days ago, right?
Yeah,
I was
you
like, I
told me.
need the actually pictures on the photo shoot. We didn't share it. I'm like, we still need to share this because so much great content came out of this. Because just because she communicated, and that's also one thing I've realized as myself as a photographer. When somebody comes to me and like, I want to do a photo shoot or a graphic designer, I want to do this. I'm like, what do you want to
me what you
communicate?
want.
Yeah.
What do you
Tell me
want?
what you need.
And do you have the budget for it as well?
Oof.
So if
That's a bit difficult on my end.
is
What
it?
do you mean?
Because I'm too much in my comfort zone. So I come to a photographer, what do you want? Let's do you. That's what I want. So
Nee.
I just step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've been delivering the same.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
as a
Some.
model.
As a, yeah, as a model.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
okay.
of course. Look,
Mm.
when it comes to, I believe when it comes to modeling, like you are basically the canvas, and the photographer uses
Yeah.
you to translate the message.
Yes.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's gonna come to King A Aprils, you're clearly gonna come and say like, no guys, the mood needs to be this.
This,
Yeah.
I need this type of models. You
Yeah.
know, obviously, just to, because there's obviously a vision that you have for a clothing line.
Yeah.
You understand. So I understand with the mood board, because for myself as well, like when I do videos and my photography as well, I also have to sit down, especially with our corporate shoots. I have to sit down and be like, okay guys, what is our theme? This is the theme. Okay, I'm going to do my mood board.
Yeah.
And I show them the mood board. As soon as I show them the mood board, because we forget as creatives, we know what's happening in our
You know what?
minds.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the next
We
person
don't.
doesn't. So as soon as we can just show them like, okay guys, look, this is my vision.
Yeah.
Visually, this is
Yeah.
what I want. This is
Just
my
so we can meet the
paper.
goal.
Yeah.
Then
The
we can
common
all,
goal.
we can all get in line, and we can all, just synergize and just understand that, like you said, your products will come out great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's communication.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think we as creators also just need to, we communicate through a very different medium, which is emotions.
Yeah.
And other people, they communicate just verbally, like,
Yeah.
this is, look,
Yeah.
I want, this is debit and this is credit. That's
Yeah.
it. You
That's it.
understand?
Either way.
Yeah. So I think I get exactly what you're saying
Yeah,
about the whole mood board
definitely.
thing. Yeah.
And even when, like JC said, he posts when he feels like it. I'm that type of poster as well. I post whenever I feel.
Yeah.
If I feel like posting 5 pictures today, I'll post 5.
Yeah.
The next day, if it's 1, it's 1. But then what I'm realizing, that's something I actually want to work on. Because essentially, I am a brand myself as well. And I need to take myself seriously. And I've seen this very much from Armando, where he's very specific about what he posts, how he posts it, and who is booking those corporate gigs, who's on Old Mutual,
Yeah.
who's working with Horizon, not me, Armando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he plans, he's intentional about it. So it really depends where you want to. Now I want to see myself in those spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
But now I need to work towards it, and it's nice to have an example.
Yeah.
To follow to, and someone to be able
Somebody to ask, yeah, somebody
Yeah.
accessible to ask,
someone
yeah.
that's accessible, and also not being afraid to just ask anyone. On
Yeah.
social media, you also have the platform to reach out to anyone.
Yes.
Exactly.
Your choice to respond or not.
Exactly.
And don't also take offense when people
Oh,
don't
yes.
respond.
Yeah.
It's just like
As long
Yeah,
as you did your
yo.
part. As long as you did your part.
Don't take offense if people don't respond. Yo, guys, I'm not gonna lie. There was a time like, you're not a celebrity. You will respond to me. No, no. I actually wanted to say, like, when we look at social media in itself, which is our biggest platform for creating funds these days, we used to look at it as, I'm just posting. I want to be like this person, so I'm going to copy. But we don't copy their system. We just copy them posting.
Yeah.
So we decide, okay, no, I need to post, and I'm posting. And then we go on it with our feelings. We go on it and how my day went and what. So now we realize that this is actually, now it's a business.
Yeah.
And there needs to be a structure, which is something that, again, I must say, creatives struggle with. We don't know what structure is.
Yeah.
And once you try to put me in a structure, no, I won't do that.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one thing which I have been learning from working at Turipamwe is that basically how, because I work as a graphic designer, but this is somebody else's business.
Yeah.
Tanya basically turned her craft into a business, and she's using it as a service, and I'm learning this from her, like,
Yeah.
how do you turn your art, how do you turn your talent into making money. So like you're saying, pitch deck, I only learned about a pitch deck last year, and I'm like, what the hell is a pitch deck?
I don't know what a pitch deck is.
So it's basically how you sell your business. How do you sell your business? the emotive side of it, the pragmatic side of it. What is it that you're going to communicate about your business? All these things play a role on pitch deck. So a pitch deck is basically something you lay out to pinpoint about your business that you're going to say at investors. So this is my business, and then possibly if they're interested, they can invest in your business. So that's something I've only learned about from last year. Now I was like, okay, so that's only when I started taking myself seriously as well. When I started taking my Asakai serious and starting Asakai is literally, I've been planning it since last year.
Okay.
I've been going back. Johanna,
Isn't it like before last year?
it started in 2019.
Yeah.
But to turn it into a business, like a seriously, like I want this to become a business, was only from last year when I started learning about pitching and about how to take your skills and turn into a business. Only last year. So I think we actually need people out there who can mentor, if not mentoring, who can at least share these things. Because I don't think there are many people who are sharing these things. We see like Luis Munana is doing amazing, like, but how did he get there? We don't know these things.
Exactly.
We see Mariana Pembe, or she's making money from influencing, but how did she get there? How did she turn her skills into a business? We do not know these things. So I think we need to have a platform or a place where
like more workshops.
Workshops. If not workshops, just a place where young people can come together and like, okay, this is how you can turn this into
That's
money
why we
and turn
have
into business.
And
See-
also model consultant Johanna.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a platform I'm creating to groom models.
Yeah.
Like the conception of the idea, I want to be a model, to doing research into the industry, what type of model do I want to be? And where do I want to work? What type of jobs do I want to work?
Yeah.
Because as a model, I realized you really need to think about those things detailed.
Yes.
Being a model is so broad. Anyone can be a model.
Exactly.
But what type of model and what is your target? How much money do you want to make? Is
Yeah.
it a full-time thing? Is it a part-time thing? So how much energy are you investing in yourself?
Yes.
Because modeling, remember, is your body.
Yes.
You're
Oh, yes.
using to make
Oh,
money.
yes.
And that's the
You
thing. I want to model for Clive Klein. I want to model for these big companies, and that's why I'm also like, like working with MN Creation is also sort of like grooming. I feel like it's grooming me for this. It's also like where you start from plays a big role, and the people you associate yourself with, and how, like I was saying, your social media help portrays and attracts the people you can work with in the future.
Yeah.
100%.
Great.
I love this conversation, guys. I love it here.
We're actually like so over time.
Are we?
Unfortunately,
What?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But we can push it 5 more minutes, maybe. Yeah. But I think this has been a brilliant conversation, and it definitely needs to continue. There's a lot more that we can delve into, and I really want to say thank you guys for coming through. Thank you for assisting me in hosting. I want to say for myself, looking at the growth that you guys, like she said, we met each other. I met you guys like a while back.
Yeah.
It's inspiring for me because it's like you guys have come to this like level, and I've always been in the background because I do a lot, but my stuff is like I don't want to take credit for it, like
the painting on the wall.
like the painting on the wall,
And the styling.
So there's like a lot of stuff that I know is out there, but I don't want to be an influencer for the stuff that I do.
May I ask why? I know we're at the end, but like, why is it that you don't want to take ownership like that?
I don't know. It's call it an imposter syndrome. Call it being hard on yourself. But I feel like I am still growing. And what I love is you guys grew in the public space, right? And now I'm at a space where I'm like, I do stuff. I don't really want to be seen for it, but last year I was forced into the show, which I love right now, which is a public space. Now I walk into a bar and it's like, your show is amazing, and I'm like, you guys watch the show? What?
It's always weird when people come to me and like, oh my god, I love your work, or I like this. Like,
it's so strange.
And that's what I also keep on saying, because I would have an event, but I would make an outfit the night before. And it would just be weird stuff whereby I just pull out, off fabric and make it, and I post a picture, people are ordering. I'm like, what? How?
Exactly. So I think with I don't know, I don't like being I used to be how do I say? So you know when Facebook just started in Namibia, I was one of the first Namibians to get 1,000 likes on my photos, right? And this was like some random photo. I'm sitting in the street, and look, I've been asked to do modeling before that, and I did a few.
I think I remember. With the short hair.
Yeah, with the mohawk. Yeah. So I was like, then already people were like, oh no, look, it's one of Namibia's first influencers. I'm like, no, I don't like that. That's too much.
Yeah.
No. And then I stopped.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, calm down. I don't like the attention, mostly because I have social anxiety.
Yeah.
You guys know that.
Yeah.
I'm the most socially awkward person. So that attention kind of scared me. And so a lot of the stuff I do, I like doing it behind the scenes. If you recognize it, great. But I'm not gonna go out and be like, yo, like you guys know the wall in Vernhill, right?
Yeah.
There's a graffiti.
Yes.
Yeah. I was
The one
part
with
of
the doing
it.
card.
Sorry?
The one with the doing card or the one on the other side?
No,
The one with the taxis.
The oldest.
the
Taxi
taxis,
rank.
yeah, the
Ah.
older one, the
Yes.
graffiti one.
Yes.
I was part of the team who did that.
Ah.
You know,
Makes
but
sense.
I don't.
Yeah.
Lighting.
understand.
You should take
You
ownership of
understand?
your work.
Yeah, no,
I
but
also
look,
want to say though, sorry, I know I asked you the question because I'm like, you should celebrate every little thing.
Yeah.
It's okay, you know, it's
Yeah.
okay. Because you know yourself, it doesn't mean because you don't celebrate it in the way we do,
Yeah.
that you're still not doing the work or that you're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
achieving.
yeah, yeah.
So the fact that you're doing it and you're growing and you can actually say, oh, I did that wall and I
Yeah.
did this wall
Yeah.
and I'm doing this now. Like, kudos to you because you are still growing.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
of
always
course.
need to know. I wish I did not do all of this, but I'm here now, so I know this will.
yeah, no, I think also the reason I also brought you guys in here is because I'm also in a space where I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in marketing. I make other people's brands grow. I allow other people to get followers and stuff like that. But I don't do that for myself. So I'm like, let me kind of prophetically do this where I'm allowing you guys to open the space for other people, but also myself learning from it. You understand? To maybe also, like Armando says, get out of the comfort zone. You know?
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the things that as creatives where we love comfort.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I think to be honest, your turning point has always been in a space where you weren't comfortable.
Yeah.
It's always the case, right?
You had to make that life or death decision, or like you had to like make a decision. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Great talk, guys.
Awesomeness. I would love if this conversation went for another 500 hours, but
Look,
Literally.
the space is always open for you guys. If you have anything new coming up, if you're coming back from South Africa and you want to talk about what's happened so far, the space is always open. This is a space for everyone.
Yeah.
And I love that I have a corporate environment that is backing this,
Yeah.
you know, so that I can have people like you come on here and promote your stuff. And speaking of promoting, I want you guys to plug yourself before we leave. Tell us where people can follow you, if you have any websites, if you have any shops that people can go to, where they can get your garments and everything. So yeah, so give us your ads.
my ad is JC Nazarii. That's my personal profile. That's JCNAZARII. My photography is Nazarii Images. NAZARIIMAGES for images. So like, long story short, that name,
Yeah.
the Nazarii has double I's at the end. Images is an I. So I'm not gonna make 3 I's in one name. So just remove the I from the images, and it became Nazarii Images. So that's how I was born.
Okay.
And the last one, which is still a newborn. I'm trying. It's a new page. It only has 2 followers right now. It's Asagai Namibian Asagai Way Namibia. So I know Asagai Way Nam, which is a new page, which is I'm actually
What we'll do is you guys all have access to Facebook, right?
yes.
After the show, the video will go live.
Oh,
All
yes.
you guys can do is just comment on,
Yeah.
but still say, but afterwards just go comment so people can get the spelling correct.
Yes.
You can go comment on the post and then people can like link with you guys. But continue, please.
Alright, so I'm King AraBoi, King _ AraBoi with an I. And then the business page is King A Apparel, so that's King _ A _ Apparel.
Okay, cool.
And I am Swartbooi Johanna, Swartbooi.Johanna on Instagram. And then with my accessories is _NU_GOA_accessories. But you can also just find it in my bio.
Yes.
You know, if
I think
Yeah.
that's
Can't
best
reach
for
it,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Find it
Yeah.
in my bio. And then also a new baby growing model consultant, Swartbooi. There's a page out.
Yeah.
So you can, all those model questions, I know we had one, we will address, or even just go watch Titaha episodes, especially with JC, with Armando. We had Luis Munana on as well. So quite a few models that came on the platform that you can learn a lot from. So yeah, that's where it's at right now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And to answer Tina's question, yes, I do still model.
Yeah. Do you still
I
model?
don't.
You don't.
I don't.
Okay. Cool. Let me just check if anybody from the feed has sent any comments. We have Mayvon saying, watching with you from Namibia Shekati.
Hi.
Thank you for
Hi,
tuning in,
Shekati.
Mayvon. Harold just tagged someone. And then
Harold who?
Chicha Munisa.
Ah, that's my big brother.
Oh, okay. Nice. And then Margaret. Oh, also, I think it's family Chicha Munisa.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's all up in this.
Damn it. I love you guys.
I'm not sure if this is a name or, guys, as I'm ignorant at the moment right now, but
What's it?
it's saying Opoturi Pekende. I don't know if that's,
Let me see.
if that's
Isn't the neck.
the neck.
Wait, well, where is that?
The last comment.
Opportunity Pekende. So where is this like where we are? It's almost like saying we're within.
Oh, okay.
Teach me that.
Yeah.
That's my
For
cousin.
me, guys, for you, those of you watching, actually don't. I've never done this. You guys can follow me on most of my social medias. It's @Jozil. That's JHOZEAL. And yeah. That was so awkward to say. Yeah, guys.
It sounded great.
Sorry?
It was awkward in your head.
Yeah.
It sounded great when you said it. Just
Pat
then
yourself
you
on the
paused
back.
long,
Yeah.
That made it awkward, but it was great. So
Great, cool.
Amazing.
Moving on. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for entering this season of the content with me, because this is the first episode. For those of you that are watching, Johanna is the first guest of a series that I'm doing of special guests. I mentioned it earlier. We're going to have a few special guest hosts, those that are available to come and join me in studio and pick the brains of the guests that are going to be in the future. I just want to create a platform for other potential presenters or personalities that have beautiful and articulate and all those things,
Rah,
voices
rah.
and what to come in also like entertain you guys. So thank you guys also for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. We will see you guys next week, where we're definitely going to have another special guest host and also a few other guests. And yeah, so follow our current guest and guest co-host. And yeah, I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else you want to add? Oh, okay.
Uhare nawa. Thank you.
Cool, guys.
Have a great year, guys. May
You guys
be
enjoy
a good
yourselves.
one.
Stay safe. Mask up. Sanitize.
Get
and
vaccinated.
Stay at your houses. Also, as January.
Yeah.
There's no money to go around and just waste here. Please stay home.
Ooh, which one is it now? Okay.
Responsible. It means I can see.
What is that?
say someone to party in January.
Bruh, imagine partying in January. Party.
Told me that she loved me when she did it. Told me that she wanted me when she did it. She wanted a nigga with cigars and a cool sport car. Nigga that can maintain the line. Fire wathiranje moshana wathirandika nakana wathiranje ndanamea wathiranje moshana wathiranje ndanamea give me another chance just to prove you wrong. But baby, come and go,